Hello everyone, welcome back to Cybertix. Today is day 21 of TryHackMe and few more days to go to complete this challenge and getting a cool certifications from TryHackMe. So today's task will be the continuation of DevSecOps, where we are going to learn and see about what do we mean by poison pipeline and how we can exploit it. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So let's start with our today's task where we are going to see a scenario. One of the main reason for acquiring Entity Craft was their crafty automation in gift giving, wrapping and crafting. After securing the automation, they discover other part of their CI/CD environment that they are using to build and extend their pipeline. An attacker can abuse this build to system to indirectly poison the previously secured pipelines. So today, our learning objective is to understand how a larger CI/CD environment operates and explore indirect poison pipeline execution, that is PPE attacks, and how it can be used to exploit Git. Apply CI/CD exploitation knowledge to a larger CI/CD environment. So let's just understand about the concept of the CI/CD. What do we mean by CI/CD environment? Often developers or other end users only see a limited portion of the CI/CD pipelines. Developers can interact with Git on a daily basis, so it makes sense that CI/CD is almost common associated with Git. Although it only makes a quarter of a typical CI/CD pipeline, the diagram shows a visualize the general segments of a pipeline: development, build, testing, and deployment. While these segments could be expanded and interchanged, all pipelines will follow a similar order. So in our previous task, we have looked a CI/CD environment that was a self-contained in Git. In a more formal environment, segments of the pipeline may be separated onto other different platforms. Below is the CI/CD environment we will be exploring in this room. You will notice that addition of Jenkins, a build platform and automation server. In these sections, we will explore Jenkins and discuss how these components interact and contribute to the pipelines. So, automation platforms. Jenkins, along with many other applications, handles a pipeline build segments. This platform can be a remote or local. For example, Travis CI is a remote build platform where Jenkins is a local automation server. These platforms rely on runners or agents to build a project on a pre-configured VM. One advantage of some automation platform is that they can automatically create and configure build environments on demand. This allows building and testing in different environments without manual configurations and administrations. So, what do we mean by indirect poison pipeline execution, that is PPP? So let's just briefly shift our focus back to our development stage. In the previous task, we had performed a poison pipeline execution was introduced, wherein the attacker direct write access to repository pipeline. If an attacker doesn't have write access, how he can exploit it? It's possibly they have a write access to another repository that could be indirectly modify the behavior of the pipeline execution. If an environment is employing a developing pipeline, a configuration file must be defined for the steps of building a system must take. If a repository contains all the necessary source and build files, and another repository contains the pipeline files, write permissions could be differed between the two, resulting in the indirect PPE vulnerability. So, in this example, you can assume that the repository containing the source is not a write protected and the repository containing the pipeline is a write protected. To exploit this vulnerability, an attacker would need to identify a file or other parameter that can be arbitrary file change the pipeline will use to make files, and other builds are usually exploitable because they are used to build the source and can run an arbitrary commands as defined in the make files. Okay, so let's get jump into a practical challenge. Now let's apply what we have learned in this task of the entity graph CI/CD pipeline. Navigate to this URL. Okay, the Git platform entity graph users of the version control development login in the given a credential. Okay, the username is guest and the password is password123. So let me just sign in. Don't save. Okay, and we can see, oh yeah, there are total two repository. One is git wrapper and another one is git wrapper pipeline. So let me just open that. It is similar to our GitHub one, where you can git clone this pipeline over here. Okay, and there is when you logged in successfully, you will see the two repository, git wrapper and git pipelines. Navigate to the another URL, the Jenkins platform entity graph used for building and automations. Login in within the credentials of admin. So let me just log in it over here. Don't save. Okay, we can again see there is a gift wrapper and gift wrapper build over here. So once you are before logging into 11, once the component, let's dig deeper into the git repository. Okay, looking for the git wrapper pipeline repository, you may notice a Jenkins files. If a repository is unprotected, a attacker can modify the pipeline to execute commands on the build system. For example, attacker can could control the build state by modifying the true to other one. So let me just get into over here, and we can see there is a make file. Okay, and they are using a build over here. So what if I could perform a whoami command or uname command over here? So let me just git clone this, and we can see over here. Let me just copy that command. Okay, and let's just make a directory mkdir uh, thm. Okay, cd thm. Okay, and then git clone. Okay, cool. So for the better view, I will just zoom in. Cool. Yes, and then we can type ls. Okay, cd gift ls. Okay, we can see that there is a make file. So cat make file, and there is a build, and it is sending a command to the to underscore pip.sh. So let me just take a look over here. So let me just clear the command and cat pip pip1. So let me just perform ls. Okay, uh, cat 2 underscore pip.sh. Okay, so there is some directory where it is going to test some directories and using the python 3 commands over here, but let's just not dive into that particular thing. So again, we will perform a nano over here, and we will edit the make file over here. So nano make file, let's just type a uname -a control o, enter, control x, clear. And now we have to perform over here complete git add and git commit over here. So let me just add that git add space. Okay, and after that we have to get commit -m message here. So git commit -m over here, try hack me. Okay, and hit enter over here, and you can see it has been updated over here, and perform a git push over here. So it will be pushed to our repository. Make sure the command is using properly. Git push, username will be our basic one, that is guest, and the password 123. Okay, gust guest and password 123, and hit enter. Okay, it has been pushed over here. So afterwards, when attempting the push challenge, you will notice that it's a main protected, but we had not performed a git wrapper pipeline. We had directly performed a git wrapper over here. So let's just move into the command. Let me just open the Firefox over here, and then it says that move to the git wrapper pipeline. So let me just move into that git wrapper pipeline main. So let me just run that. Cool. I guess it has been updated over here. So let's just check it out over here. What was it? So last build 6.2 seconds ago. So okay, updated Jenkins files. So let me get into the changes over here. Okay, it was updated by the. Let me go to the console output, and we can see it into a proper way. Okay, you can see that whatever the message we had typed, that is the successful message, that is try hack me. We had got into that. Okay, and let's just see if we got a command output over here. So when I tried to perform a uname -a, it got me a server name, that is Linux try hack me, with a proper version over here. So today's task was, what's Linux kernel version is the Jenkins node. So we had got the answer, that is 5.4.0 and -1029 AWS server which we are using. So let me just copy it and paste it over here. Yes. What is the value found from Jenkins over here? So let me just copy the command. Now again, instead of uname, we have to type that particular directory and perform a cat command over here. So let me just get to the nano one. Cat and then -secret.txt, control enter, control X. Again we have to perform that, but before that let me just clear so you can properly see it. So git add and then git commit. Let's just type another message so you can see it properly. Secret is over here. Okay, and then hit enter. Okay, and then git push. So git okay guest and then password 123. It has been updated, and go back to over here and rest the go back to directly pipeline and run it again. You can check out over here if the build has been scheduled or not. So let's just run it once again. Okay, it started running over here. So let's just wait for a second and it will be completed. Okay, it has been completed over here, and you can see the build has been updated 9 seconds ago over here. So let's just get back to over here and check it out. Okay, console. Okay, we can see that when I tried to perform a cat command over here with a secret.key, we had got the output, and this is the secret. So let me just copy it and try it out. The value is found from the this particular directory secret.key is this answer. So yes, so you can check out the Discord server of the TryHackMe. So yeah, we will look into that further. But I hope you understand how the CI/CD pipeline works and how we can poison the pipeline execution vulnerability over here. So I hope you understand that even we don't have a right permission, you can still able to execute malicious command to other files and we can push it in our CI/CD automation. That was a Jenkins platform. If you have any kind of queries, you can ask me in our Telegram community channel. So I'll see you in the next task of the TryHackMe Advent of Cyber. Till that time, goodbye and Jai Hind.